I'm a rock star, I'm a rage like rail. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I'm going over this gun trips tight end part 1. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and drop a like on this video. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So to go ahead and hop into this video, I kind of got a lot I want to show you. That's why I'm breaking it up into 2 parts. So the personnel that I like to have my fastest receiver where Marquise Goodwin is right here, and then my second fastest receiver I like to be where Deshaun Jackson is right here, and right here it doesn't matter. I got my third fastest, but I could also put Alshon Jeffrey if I wanted to. Your third doesn't really matter that much. So one of the plays that I'm going to be going over in part 1 is going to be Pats YN, double sell, and halfback angle. Now I'm gonna go ahead and quickly go through Pats YN because it can beat every coverage. It could be man, it could be zone, as long as you got the right personnel. So for this, that's why we have our fastest receiver right here, because that's the person that's going to be beating every zone. Now this play right here is really great on regs. It can work on MUT, but just not against every coverage. So the coverages, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it right here, Pats YN. And on defense, the coverages that I personally like to use this play against is 2-man under. I like Tampa 2, and instead of cover 6, I like to run it when they're running like well, yeah, we can leave cover 6 because some people will kind of run cover 6. So let's just come out in 2-man under. All right. Now I'm not even gonna worry about messing with like the safeties and putting them in purples and all that, because it's just gonna be wide open if they do that. It's just gonna clearly be wide open. So let me just press. Actually, it's gonna press and then shade over the top so you can see. Now, for the setup, it's just simply you just want to block your running back. I like blocking my tight end, and I like to double team this end out here just to make sure I can get outside, because sometimes you want to kind of drift out the pocket, and if they're blitzing, you can motion Jackson in and block them, but it's not necessary. So let's go and snap the ball and show you. Watch that safety up top. You see how it automatically comes down, and as long as your receiver can get separation on that corner, then you'll be good. You see he dropped it right there, but you can see the potential that it has. And like I said, that's not a garbage corner out there. That's Jason McCourtney out there. So you know he's like 87 overall or whatever. Now the reason I don't have Stephon Gilmore out there, because it's gonna be the same thing, because Marquise Goodwin's really gonna run away from Gilmore, because Gilmore's not that fast on here. So let's just go ahead and call over the top one more time, and I'm not gonna beat y'all's head in with this play. I just want y'all to show that it's good. You see he just completely cooks them, but we can't get a good Nick Foles is kind of selling, not Nick Foles, Carson Wentz kind of selling on the passes. So that's against man. Now cover 2, I really love this against cover 2. And also I don't have gameplay for this because these are coverage beaters. So why don't I have gameplay for coverage beaters? Because it's manipulating deep zones, and since you can't tweak like mess with deep zones, I feel like I don't really need to show gameplay that you can literally go take this in the game and you'll do the exact same thing that you see right there. And that's why I love it against cover 2, because cover 2 is going to be literally wide open, because it's going to glitch out that deep half. Now, one thing I do want to mention, let's put a cover 3 on the field. Now, the only reason I'm showing you cover 3 is because technically it can work. Technically, but you need to buy a whole lot of time for it to work, because you got to wait for it to clear that safety. So I don't really particularly like it against cover 3, but it's still possible to run against cover 3. So all you gotta do is sit in the pocket, wait. You see he's gonna clear that safety, and you throw it right when he clears that safety, because that corner is gonna drop down. And the reason he drops down is because there's nobody in this area, so he's just cheating down to the line some. They're programmed that way, so just exploiting the programming. So just keep that in mind, that you can run it against cover 3 if you want, but there's a different beater that I like that I'll probably go over in part 2. So let's talk about the last one, which is cover 6 invert. Now it's just a pretty much gonna be the same thing, honestly. Oh, I forgot to block my tight end, so it may not get open. But as you can see, look at that, it's still gonna get wide open. I ain't gonna say wide open, but like I said, it's gonna be a foot race. And match coverages kind of, you know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but more times than not, you will get it. So anyway, let's just go ahead and move on. Let's talk about man coverage, since we got man coverage out here. So I'm with the halfback angle right here. So this is gonna be the first play that I break down. So let's just talk about it where they just say, you know, maybe they're not going to adjust their zones. They're just going to use this guy and just play man coverage. So let me show you what I like to do against this. So I like to take my tight end. I like to put him on a flat route. And it's really just to clear out the way. And if it's zone, it'll pull down zones as well. And then I'll take triangle and I'll put him on a slant. And then now I'll take square and I'll put him on a streak like this. And then now your reads are going to be simple. You're either going to hit this slant or you're going to hit this angle route by the running back. But the key is to make sure you motion this slant. because you want to make sure that this is how you're going to get separation on your slant every time. So go ahead and motion them. Now watch what happens. You see how you get separation? And now I can hit triangle or R1. See, I'm not going to throw it, but you see I can hit either one. And they're both are literally wide open. So that's one thing that I like to do against man. I'm going to go ahead and hit it just so you can see. I want y'all to watch this too. So you might think that, you know, the linebacker may swat it or play it. So I want to run it so I can show you that they do not. So let's go and motion them like this. And I'm going to hit the angle route. And you see they cross. Even though they cross, on Madden 20, that might have been a pick or a knockdown animation by the cornerback or, you know, safety coming to guard their person. But on this year on Madden, they're like locked onto their people. So you can't even click on and swat it. So check out this gameplay real quick of me doing that. Alright, so as y'all can see in the gameplay, it works really well. So let's just go ahead and move on. The next play that I do want to kind of break down right here is going to be this double end sail. Now, what I like to do with double end sail, I like to take my Deshaun Jackson right here, my third receiver, and put him on a slant like this. And I like to take my slot right here, triangle, and I like to smart route his route to 10 yards. And then I'll take Goodwin, I'll drag it. Now, this play is really great against man or zone, and I will show you man and zone. But your first read is going to be the flats. Like, if they don't have anybody in the flats, just dump it off there. And then your second read is going to be a slant, because the user's going to be right here most of the time. So what they're going to do, they're going to follow this slant most of the time, and that's going to leave this backside drag literally wide open. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. You see, even in man, you can throw that, possession it, you know, move on, you know, or take them 4 or 5 yards, force them to put a hard flat out there. So let's go and auto back to double and sail. Remember, just put them on a slant, smart out the middle receiver, put the outside receiver on the drag. Now let me show you the second read with the slant. See, you can lowball that slant right there, and you'll get that just about every single time. Now let me show you this third read against man coverage. Slant, go double and sail, slant, smart route, drag like this. Now I know this setup looks funny, but I promise y'all it's really money. So watch this. They actually guard the drag really well, and you can also throw that backside in route depending on who the player is. Now, I know I said that was going to be it, but I do got a little bit more time than I thought I had, so I do want to show y'all another great play that I really like, and it's going to be this RPO play. Now, anytime you see that you have the numbers. So, Real, what do you mean by I have the numbers? So, if you look, you see how they only have 2 people out here, right? 1, 2, and then if I did, so that means I have the numbers. Why? Because I have 3 receivers. So I have Deshaun Jackson, Rager, and Goodwin. Jesus, Goodwin. So automatically I should tell you be able to throw the screen every single time pretty much, whether it's man or zone. So cover 2, actually he got off the block, but in game they're not going to do that. So let me go ahead and show you right here what man coverage is going to look like. So let's say they man press, right? So now we don't have the numbers. So sometimes you can still throw this depending on, you see how like he bumps into him. So that's another thing that you can keep in mind. I know man looks intimidating, but if they're playing man, then sometimes they're gonna bump, but you need to be able to read that. So let's go back to it and show you. Oh, wrong controller here. All right, let me go back and show you real quick. So let's go to man, and I'm gonna show you some gameplay of me running this, so you can see it works. So I really love this in the red zone, by the way, if you want my honest opinion. So watch this again. So it's mostly consistent though. You see, like you can throw that right there, and for some reason he doesn't attack and drive it. So last time I want to show you, and I'm actually gonna call a pass this time. So let's see if that helps. See, I click up, call pass. Now I wonder if he's gonna play it better. This is just me laughing, by the way. As you can see, he plays it a little better, but for some reason he just doesn't get there. So that's another thing that you can do. You can always sneak this play in because this play is really great. So one more time, I'm gonna show you against cover 2 again. Actually, I did cover 2. No, let's just do a cover 2 to end it right here. As you can see, you can also hand it off. I want to show you how good the run is. But anyway, check out this gameplay of me using it. But alright, that's gonna wrap up part 1 for this trips tight end. Now, I didn't want to go too much in depth because I just wanted to get these concepts out to you, and they work really great against zone or man. And the reason I was showing you man coverage is because that's what you'll really see whenever you're facing. Whenever somebody sees you come out trips tight end, a lot of times they're going to run a man. So that's why in my demonstrations I was using man. But in the game, you're going to see they was playing some zone, playing some man. But in part 2, I'll cover all the crossers and what I like to do for all that. So anyways, that's where I put this video. I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I hope I see you on part 2. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.